Hi Sheila, hi Jill, hi Dickie, nice to see you. Hope everybody's doing well. Hi Stacy. Nice to see everybody. Hi Renee. Look at Renee. Do you notice something, Renee? Hello everybody, thanks for jumping on. Excited to get started up this evening. We missed you. I missed you last week, although we had a really nice 4th of July trip to the beach. We went to Cape May. It was fabulous. So nice to be back though. Yes, it was you, Renee. It's you. All right. First thing up before I get started, I'd like to announce our winner of the paper pumpkin kit, the very special paper pumpkin kit, the Hugs from Shelly kit. That goes to Renee Johnson. Thank you for commenting or sharing my Facebook Live last week. 2 weeks ago that was. Yes, it's yours. Wait till you get your hands on it. You're going to love it. Hi, Jean. Nice to see you. Nice to be crafting with you this evening. All right, so we're going to put that aside, and I'll make an announcement for our next giveaway for tonight. These are the new In Color faceted dots. And they're in all the new In Colors: terracotta tile, seaside spray. Oh dear. Hold on. We got Pretty Peacock and Rococo Rose and Purple Posy. Had to go out of the picture to let you know that. So this is a little pack of the beautiful faceted dots. These are self-adhesive and they're great for embellishing your cards. So this is what I'm giving away tonight. So if you comment and share on this Facebook Live, I will put you into the pot and we will pick a name out of that for our faceted dots and you will get some happy mail. So go ahead and ask me any questions or any comments. I'd love to hear from you. All right, now today, if you've been watching on my blog and on my Facebook page, we are going to be focusing on the Follow Your Art suite. And this is in the catalog on page 52 and 53. And this is a really great set. I really love this. So colorful and great for friends that are crafty if you like to send cards and things like that. It comes with a stamp set and a set of dies and gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Let me show you those things right here. Hi, Jody. Glad you could make it. Here is the stamp set. It's called It Starts With Art, and it has really, really, really cute images. It has a little rolls of ribbon and the little pens and buttons and clips and re-inkers and some really, really cute sentiments that you would send to a crafty friend. I like this. Let's stay up late and craft. That's a real cute one. You make everything sparkle. You paint my world with happiness. So you could make any kind of card out of this. And then it comes with this set of dies. Okay, many of them cut out the little pieces that are the stamped images, but then there's also some really cool images of buttons and ribbons that you can add to your cards as well. Let me show you a few cards that I made with these. All right. Here's one. I used the Follow Your Art on that sentiment. And let me show you. You can see, notice these two little felt embellishments. Those come in a special box. This is an embellishment kit that comes with the set. Now mine is pretty worked over, but it has lots and lots of felt embellishments. There is paper clips. There's baker's twine, which I've used all up. And it's a great set to have because everything matches your paper and your cardstock. So this is another piece of the suite, is the embellishment kit. I would recommend that if you get the kit, you want to get that. And that's what I used here on this card. I used the little felt embellishments and even this little ruffly one on the bottom. Okay, here's another one. I'm a big pen girl. I love to go to Staples or somewhere and just look down the pen aisle. Hi, Rhonda. Nice to see you. And I thought this was such a cute card. And all I did was stamped all the pens, cut them out using the die cut machine. And then I did a little bit of, I used the Follow Your Art sentiment here on the front. And I just thought that was great. I did a little bit of watercoloring in the back. That's what I was trying to think of. All right, isn't that a cute card? You can send that to someone. Here's another one that uses a little of the paper. And this actually uses the little sentiment we're going to use tonight on our card, the let's stay up and, on the box we make, let's stay up and craft. That's just so cute. And here I stamped the buttons on there. And now this one I tried to use as many of the die cuts as I could. I made the frame using the stitched rectangles. And then I cut out the pens and the ribbon and the little re-inker. And then I also cut out the little buttons. They are part of the die cuts as well. And then, of course, I had to use another one of the felt embellishments. So cute, so colorful, just a really, really great suite. All right, and then my last thing here I'll show you before we get started is my bag. I made a bag, pretty good size bag, out of a 12 by 12 sheet. And again, I used lots and lots of the images from the set and used my die cuts to cut them out. And it says on there, you make everything sparkle. That would be a great bag to give a gift to somebody who's a crafter. So just love this set. Love this set. So today, what are we doing today, you may ask? Well, let me get that put away. I showed you this last week, not 2 weeks ago, at the end of our video. And I told you this is what we were going to be making today. What it is, it's a box of mini note cards. Okay, so these are 3 by 3 note cards and envelopes, and they fit in this. Hey Gina, welcome from South Carolina. And they fit into this box. So we're going to be, I will demonstrate one of the cards, and then I will show you how to put a box together. Because it's great if you make mini cards that you can make a box to give them away as a gift. So I'll show you how to make one of the cards and our special gift box here. All right, let me show you one other item that I didn't show you here before was the embossing folder. And this has little buttons and sequins and things like that you can emboss right into your paper. I don't think you probably can't see it, but if you look at the cards here, you can kind of see in the background there the embossing, the paper embossed. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's make the little card first. We're gonna go ahead and make one that looks just like this one here. Okay, now the color that I used is the Blushing Bride, okay? And I took a piece of Blushing Bride 6 inches by 3 inches and then scored at the 3 inches to make a little 3 by 3 card, okay? Because this is the size you wanna make. Stampin' Up! Does have in its catalog envelopes for the 3 by 3 cards, which are very, very nice and make the gift cards a really nice gift. It's nice to be able to include envelopes with them. All right, so here's our card base. And then as I was saying before, the next part, I used the embossing folder to make. So I took a piece of paper, same color, Blushing Bride, at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, ran it through with the embossing folder, and now it's got these little buttons and sequins on. I think you can see that. But that's just a really cute way to add a little bit of depth and interest to your card. All right, so that's the next level, the next layer on my card. Then I have a stitch circle, okay? And that's from our stitch circle framelits. And then I went ahead already and I cut out, stamped using Memento ink, and cut out my little rolls of ribbon, okay? So these are the next 3 items we're gonna be working with. The first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and we're gonna color our ribbon. And all I really needed to do there was color the ribbon sections. This is a real quick one. So the top one, I colored using the dark Daffodil Delight. I like to have nice dark yellow, nice and bright. So I use this. These blends are alcohol-based markers, and each blend comes in a set of 2, and one is a light and one is a dark, and it helps with blending and shading. And really, really great. I love them because you really don't see the strokes of when you're coloring, and it makes a nice uniform look on your card. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and take the Calypso Coral on my second bolt of ribbon here. There we go. This is an easy coloring job. And then the final one is going to be the Pool Party. And now these are all colors that are included in the DSP and in our special embellishment kit. So everything's going to match. That's what's so great about this. You don't have to run around looking for things that are almost going to be the same color, because everything is the same color. Ooh, I just got very, very unfocused there. Not sure why that happened. All right, so now let me color in here. I noticed a little spot. All right, so that's finished. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to stamp our sentiment on our stitch circle. And the sentiment I chose was "You make everything sparkle." And I put that kind of over here like that. Okay, and that's all we need for that. And then we're going to add some cute little sequins on our card. And that's this little stamp that comes with the set, just a set of sequins. One of the sets is in Pool Party and one is in the Calypso Coral. So let's get both of those out. Okay, let's do the bottom ones first. The right here with the Pool Party sequins. And then we'll clean that off. And now we'll go back in with our Calypso Coral. There we go. That's all the stamping we need to do for the rest of this card. So now we really just need to assemble. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere my circle to my card front that I made using the embossing folder. I'm just going to turn that over. We're not going to put any dimensionals on this. We're just going to go ahead and adhere it to the front of our card. And if you notice on this card, I kind of went off the side of the card with the circle. Okay, and then I just go back and I turn it over and I cut off that little end just for a different look. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and take my dimensionals. These are great two-sided adhesives that you can put on things on your projects, and it helps them stand out a little bit on your finished product. So here I'm going to take the backs off those and I'm going to stick him right here. Okay, now we're almost through already. We're going to go ahead and go back to our card base, our 3x3 card, and we're going to turn our card front over that we just finished, and we're going to get a few more dimensionals, and we're going to go ahead and hi Jean, thank you. Yes, I love this set. This is such a nice crafty set, such fun to send to your friends that love to craft as well. It's just so colorful. I really love it. All right, so now I've got 4 dimensionals on the back here. I'm going to remove their backings, and then I'm going to adhere that to the front of the card. And that's how easy that is to make. Now I didn't add, but you can see here, and these are from the embellishment kit. I added a little paper clip and a little bow using the baker's twine. So that would be something I would add there to that one. Now let me show you, I had one other design, and here's that one. This one just uses the little pens. So I made 2 of each, 2 of the ribbon and 2 of the pen. So they would go inside. But aren't they so cute? You could stick those in somebody's lunchbox or in their purse, and just a little nice note for them. So that's how easy those little cards are. Now let's go ahead and move on to the box. This is a little more challenging than the cards. Now the box itself will hold the cards and the envelopes. So it's a little bigger than 3x3. It's about 3.5 by 3.5. But you need a little bigger if you're going to stick the envelopes in there as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're going to start with a piece of Pool Party cardstock. And this Pool Party cardstock is cut at 9.5 by 7.5. Okay, so that's the size you want to get. So you get 1 card out of 1 regular sheet of paper. And now I'm going to go ahead and get my scoring board, bring it up. All right, now on the long side, which is the 9.5 side, okay, I'm going to score at 3.5, 4.5, 8, 9. Okay, 3.5, 4.5, 8, 9. Don't worry, all this information will be on my blog, and I will put a recording of this Facebook live stream on my blog as well. So don't worry about trying to jot down any kind of directions. Jean, I think the box can hold at least 5, maybe even 6 cards with envelopes. It's a good size, depending on how thick your cards are. I would say at least 4 or 5, maybe even 6 with the envelopes. All right, now we're gonna look at the short side. That's the 7.5 side. And we're gonna go at 1. We're gonna go at 2. We're gonna score at 5.5 and 6.5. Okay, so that's it. All done our scoring. So let's go ahead and put our scoreboard away. And now let's work on getting this into our box template. All right, so what do we do now? Well, first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and crease on all the score lines. All right, so let's go ahead and use my bone folder. I'm going to crease on all the score lines I made with my scoring board. Okay, I got those, and now let's go the other way. We got one here, and here. And what I really like about this box, and I'll show you as I get closer to the assembly, is you can make these boxes in advance and store them flat, and they won't get ruined. So it's another great thing that you can do with these. All right, so there's all our score lines all creased and ready to go. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do with our scissors is we're gonna go along the side that has the real thin strip, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut up through 2 of the horizontal score lines and then cut there. Okay, and I always wedge that a little bit just because it makes it easier to put together. Gonna do the same thing at the top. Turn it around. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut off up 2 score lines and then snip that off. This is gonna be the little edge that I'm gonna put my tear and tape on, and I'm gonna fasten together my box. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do there. All right, now I'm gonna go along all the other vertical score lines and cut all the way up to the second horizontal score line, just like I did with the first one. Okay, so you're gonna develop 2 little tabs here. Okay, now what you're gonna do with those 2 tabs is you're gonna cut one of them off, and then you're going to wedge like that. Okay, so that's your first one. And then here with this one, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna cut off the first small square, and then you're gonna wedge in these 2. Okay, and then you're gonna cut this entire piece off here. Okay. And now we're gonna turn it on the other side and we're gonna do the exact same thing, okay? We're gonna cut up to the second score line on the 3 vertical score lines. We're gonna cut across to just leave 1 of the squares here. This is gonna be our flap when we put our box together. So we like to cut those in a little bit so they lay inside the box a little better. Same thing here. We're gonna cut off the bottom square, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut up on those 2 to make our flap. Then what are we gonna do again? We're going to cut off that whole section. Okay? So you're probably saying to it, Barb, what is this? This doesn't look like the project that I signed up for. Well, it actually is. Just give me a few more seconds. It's gonna look just like you want it to. Now, these are gonna be the flaps that go inside the box. Okay, so what I like to do is I take my corner rounder and I round the corners here, just because it makes it easier for those flaps to slide in and out of the box. So if you have a corner rounder, that's a great thing to have when you're cutting and making flaps for a box. So this is it. This is the template. Okay, now watch. The next thing we want to do before we put it together is we're going to put our designer series paper panels onto the box. It's easier to do it while it's still flat. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my snail and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that piece right in the middle of the large square there. And then I'm going to take the other one, which is going to be the back of the box, and I'm going to put that square in there. Oops, that was not the best spot. There we go. That's better. Okay, so now our template's ready to go. All right, what do we need to put our box together? We need our trusty tear and tape. So let's go ahead along that thin side that we originally cut off first. That's where we're going to put our tear and tape, right there. Okay, then I'm going to take my scissors and you try to get up and under your tear and tape a little bit, and it helps you get it off a little bit better, because I have no fingernails and it's just useless for me to try. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to turn it now over on the inside. I'm just going to fold this flap over and then fold this side over, and they're going to match up perfectly right there. And I'm just going to push it down a little bit. And there we go. See, there's our box. And you could make the box like this and just make multiples of them and just store them somewhere. If you have places where you have, you know, gifts and gift bags stored, this would be a great way to do that, because you can't crush it. But then when you're ready to have it for your cards, you can just fold it up and put it together like that. And there you got it. See how easy that is? Isn't that great? Now, one other thing I do add is I put a little finger hole right here so that I can kind of get my finger in there to open and close the box. Now let me get I'm back here trying to get there we go. Okay, I use a 1-inch circle punch and I just slide in right there. And I just punch a little divot out so that when I close the box, it's easier to get your finger in there to open the flap if you have that little divot there. And that kind of makes this the front of the box. All right, so let's go ahead and see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Actually, I have 5 now because I made a 5th one today. And these are pretty thick because they have the second layer. So here's 5 cards and they all fit in the box. Okay, they fit easily in the box. So Jean, at least 5 cards can fit, depending on their thickness. Okay, let me get this in here. There we go. All right, so we have to finish up our box now a little bit. If you look at the one I have here, we're gonna go ahead and wrap some of the baker's twine around the box and then put on our little sentiment. So let's make that first. What we're gonna need is our label punch here. This is a new punch out of the new catalog. This is a great punch for making labels. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use some scrap paper here. Let me cut this off. All right. And I'm going to go ahead in here and punch out a little label. Okay. And then the sentiment we use here is "Let's stay up all night and craft." So I'm going to go ahead and get that. That is also in the set. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that, on the top of the label. And then on the bottom, if you notice on my box here, I have a little felt embellishment. So I'm going to go back to my embellishment kit and see what I have, which is almost nothing because I've used them all. So let's see what we can put on here. I think I might be out of hearts, so we're going to have to go with a star. Yep, let's go with a star. And I would recommend if you get these little felt embellishments that you use some liquid glue to put them on, because they're not going to hold quite as well with the snail. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of liquid glue on the back. There we go. Doesn't need a lot, but it needs a little bit more than you can get with the And there we go. There's our little, isn't that so cute? There's my little sentiment for the front of my box. All right, here's my box. Now I'm going to use, this time I'm going to use some of the Calypso Coral. All right, so let's cut me a nice big piece of the Calypso Coral baker's twine, and I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping it around my box. There we go. Goes about 3 times. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow. And on Facebook Live, sometimes that is a worry, but I'm going to do it. I can feel it. There we go. So I got that tied. There we go. And now we're going to play around a little bit with the bow. That's a little too big. You can play with however you like your bow to go. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and cut off my strings here. All right, and now I'm going to take some dimensionals to put on my label. Where did I put those dimensionals? Here they are. And I would recommend that you put one at the top and one at the bottom, and then it can kind of straddle over the baker's twine on there. So I'm going to slide that on right here and then push down at both places where our dimensional is. And there it is. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. All right. So these boxes are super simple to make, and if, you know, they're not only neat, can be used for these 3x3 cards, you can also use them for any kind of small gift, a piece of jewelry or something, but they're real simple to make. You got to give it a try. If you have a scoring board, just give it a try. It's pretty easy to put it together. And here I also have another one here just to show you the template. Okay, so when you're looking over this, I'll put a picture of the template on my blog so you can see exactly how to cut it. Okay, and then you'll also be able to look back at the video. So this is the template that I use, and I really like this type because it can be stored, put together, and can be stored without being crushed. And that's really what I'm looking for with these. I can make a bunch ahead of time. Now, if somebody just asked something and it went off, I'm looking back. I can't get any. Where are my? I can't see any of them. I'm having trouble seeing my comments. I hope they come up again. Oh, I got them. Is there a 1 number thing with the baker's twine all? Is there a 1 number thing with the baker's twine also? I'm not sure what you mean, Gina. Could you explain it to me again a little bit? I'm not sure what you mean about the baker's twine. Okay, so here is the template. I'll make sure I put a picture of that on my blog. And as soon as this live stream is over, I will put the information on my blog. My blog is thewexardstamper.blogspot.com. Remember to share and comment on this Facebook Live if you would like to be eligible to win the adorable new in color faceted dots. Okay? And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to message me, and I'd be glad to answer any kind of questions you might have about the box. So that's our project for this evening, and that's kind of my bye-bye to the Follow Your Art Suite. I love it, and I made so many things with it, but it's time to move on. And I'm going to give you a hint about our next few video tutorials. I was working with these today, and I love them. This is, yes, there is 1 number that you can order the whole thing with it. That is included. Let me see. Follow Your Art. Yeah, if you look right on the page, oh, you might not have a catalog, but there is, if you go on my website and you go to the ordering, there is 1 number where you can get everything on the page. Everything that I've included in the tutorial today, you can get for that. Okay? And there's also some extra things in there. There's real cute washi tape, and there's little mini shipping boxes that are awfully cute. So that is on page 52 and 53. Thanks for asking. And remember, you can always message me if you have any other questions. Okay, let's see. But Gina, if you give me your address, I'd be glad to send you a catalog. Okay, now let's get back to this. This is one of my new projects, and you know how much I love to do these 3D projects. This is a twist to close box. Okay, and this gives you a hint about what suite we're going to be using. This is one of my favorite suites coming up. It is called Bird Ballad. And that is an amazing suite in the catalog. And I have so many cool projects to show you. You're welcome, Gina. Thanks for joining me tonight. But next time, next Tuesday, I'm going to show you how to make this amazing little twist top box. Very easy. I used it with the paper from the Bird Ballad set. But it's really a template you could use to make with anything. And it is a pretty big box. It's going to hold a lot of stuff for you that you'd need to make for somebody. But I just love the unique way it closes. So as soon as I saw this box, I said, oh, I got to try to make this one. And since we're really focused on the Bird Ballad for the next few weeks, I thought I would make it using the Bird Ballad set. So join me next time. And same time, it's going to be on a Tuesday night at 8:30. And we're going to go ahead and make these Bird Ballad twist to close box. If you have any questions about any of the Follow Your Art products that we talked about tonight, you can message me. You can always go to my blog. And from my blog, there is a link to my store. So hope you can find everything you need. And if you can't, you can always give me a call or you can message me. So thanks again for joining me this evening. And Renee, make sure you comment with your address so I can get your paper pumpkin to you. And thank you so much, everybody, for following along. And I hope everyone has a great evening. Take care.